Before coaching, I qualified to be a teacher. Realised very quickly that that's not what I wanted to do. And then I went to work for a farm shop company called Dalesford. I kind of would get to a point and I'm just like, I'm bored because nothing's kind of led with any kind of passion or enjoyment. And the little voice in my head being like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I've got no clue. I then, while I was in Dalesford, started working for their wellness company, so their members club, which had a gym. That was where I found my enjoyment and love for doing fitness. And one of the PTs there, he did his qualification with the PFCA. He really enjoyed it, explained the breakdown to me. It was really handy because I could fit it around work and it all just kind of naturally blended, and I just went, well, it's expensive, but we're going to do it because it's worth it, and it was really worth it. I prefer to be doing, like in the room next door, they're doing that PT, I want to do that because they're kind of doing something that they love alongside helping someone, and I thought, well, it kind of goes hand in hand with what I need, so I went down that route. The biggest difference has been my self-confidence. Like, confidence has never come easily to me. I've always had to work at it and convince myself, Kathryn, you can do this. And now I am, and it's pushed me to do so many more other things that I would kind of before put a cap on myself, being like, no, we stop there. It's not even just along the lines of fitness, it's just opened so many more avenues for myself just generally in life. I'm just gonna grasp any opportunity I can, and I think that was the first opportunity that I grabbed and just went, the risk is worth it, and I went, and now that's kind of what I go with everything really now, because I'm like, you only live once, folks. You just got to do it. So my first client that I actually ever got, it was his first time doing PT, and obviously we kind of shared the common ground of you're my first client, so we kind of have that common ground and basics, but he generally just lost his own self-confidence, and for him it was more about how he mentally felt than how he physically felt. When someone comes in and they say that you're one of the best parts of their week because it makes them feel good and they kind of get out their head for, you know, an hour, you kind of feel part like a therapist, part like a PT, but it all blends in together. And when someone can see a noticeable difference and mentally see a noticeable difference and they vocalize that to you, and you can kind of convince yourself it's not you that's doing it, it's them, and it is them doing it, it's them finding themselves, figuring themselves out, and balancing their whole life on top of it. But also, I remember saying to him, being like, this is you doing it, and he was like, it is, but you're the one who's getting me to do it. And you kind of symbolise in your head that actually, oh, it is actually me doing a good job because I've got to do this job, otherwise this result doesn't happen. I think it was the passion that Jens and Mass, the energy they came in on the first call that I ever had, and even with 20 people on one call, you could just tell everyone was just mesmerised by it all. It was all about our why of why we're doing it. Everyone's got to be fueled by a why. The coaching makes you feel great. It's going to make your client feel great, and it blends together as one thing. And if you don't feel great about it, it's not going to blend well with who you're training. The only person you can really rely on generally is yourself. You can have a support system, but at the end of the day, you're the one who has to show your own results and show yourself that you can go that extra mile. And if you can't do that, no one else is going to do it for you. So the leaps and bounds I've made like in my personality and my kind of belief in myself, it's a complete 360, and I wouldn't be there without this course and the people who run it and who have so much care and passion in what they do, because it reflects on all the people who get qualified from it. Like, it's seen in all their work. So yeah, we had to ask, what's our why, or why do we want to be a personal trainer? Well, Jens read out my question, and he basically said I was like a mini Mass, and I loved it. Jen said it and he was just like, Kathryn, and I was like, ooh, I know what I'm talking about. I was like, ooh, I could do this. And then just coming off the call and having so much excitement and nervous energy, and it was just like, ooh, actually, something's clicked. There's 20 people on there, but I felt seen. Even though there was 20 people, you didn't feel like you were just like a spare piece. Everyone felt included and like they actually cared. And all you want to do, even when you're PTing someone, your client just wants to feel like someone cares. And that's what I felt with Jens and Mass, that they actually cared about your journey and how you progressed with them. Not because of making the PFCA look good or anything like that. It was just about how, as an individual, how they could impact you. And I can definitely say it's impacted my life greatly. So that's a wrap.